everyone, it's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. This is the place where women over 60 come to be inspired. Now my guest today is Shila Desai. Shila is a travel writer. She has a fabulous company called Eat Your Heart Out Tours, where she takes people on amazing journeys around the world to explore their passions. So it's great to have you here, Shila.
Thank you, Margaret. It's always exciting to be on for 60 and Me, and just so happy to talk with you.
Oh, thank you. Well, we have a fairly large global community now. We touch about 500,000 women now all around the world. And our Facebook group is, just so engaged. And if you have to ask people the one thing that they are passionate about in their 60s, when everything is up in the air, everything's changing, it's that they want to travel, And not only do they want to travel just to new places, but they want to just do what they love. That's kind of one of the things of being 60 is like, I've done it for everybody else. Now it's my turn, right? So, because you are focused in your business on themed travel, like you said, you choose a theme around your journeys. Let's talk about that and talk about the beauty and in your mind, the passion of doing something you love.
Right. So, Margaret, the first thing is that when you're 60 and over, by this time in life, you figured out a few things for yourself. What really excites you? What is your true passion? Yeah. What didn't work for you? Those are the benefits of getting to that age. Yes. And so when you're traveling, why leave that knowledge behind is basically where I'm coming from. You can take that passion with you, pack it in your suitcase. That's the first thing. And also when you're looking and figuring out, what do I want to do for the next month of my life, or what do I want to do in winter, in January when there's snow on the ground here. Let's see now. What are the things that really excite you? The beautiful thing about travel is that because we're humans connected on a universal scale on things like food, textiles, architecture, music. These are things that connect us as the human species. So you can take your passion for food or take your passion for textiles and take it and start viewing it through a different lens. And suddenly you've got this whole new world that opens up using your passion. Yeah. So to me, it makes the utmost sense. That's the way I feel travel makes most sense. It makes most, it resonates, really. You come back from a trip like that and think, wow, I got, my eyes were open. I loved doing what I did. I was so engaged. And that's where the theme travel comes in. Yeah. So
and it doesn't really matter whether you're doing it for a couple of days, a long weekend, or whether you're taking a tour like the ones you organize, which are sometimes 10, 15 days long. I think it's, if you, for example, just say, all of my life, I've been fascinated by music, by classical music. I've really loved it. I've been so busy. I haven't been to a concert in like 10 years. Well, go to Prague, go to Prague for a weekend and you'll just stumble across every other church has a little lunchtime classical music performance, usually for free. And, just do that. And then like with you, tell us, you do some adventures that are for, like you said, it's food culinary tour. You've got a desert tour. Tell us about some of the stuff you do.
So my particular passion is beautiful, exquisite, handmade, hand-woven, handloom textiles. Right. So I feel that because that is something that has brought the world together, and it's evolved in many different ways in different parts. It's fascinating. It's almost like a language that has evolved over many hundreds of years, and so different areas will have different textiles. And why are they doing certain things the way they are? Why are they backstrap weaving, say in Nagaland and in Oaxaca? Those are the two places, two geographically diametrically polar opposites almost, but they're the backstrap weaving, both of them, and that would be because the women went off into the farms to tend to their plots, but they also had babies on their backs, but they also carried their looms with themselves, and so they would be weaving, and that would be part of their time off almost, and they would be communicating, they would be sitting in a group. So for me, that is I think when you get there and you see them doing it, connect into it, it's tapping into this not only your passion, but also tapping into what makes them happy, makes them what they are, and that is connection with travel. I feel that that is the best connection. So textiles is one. Food, obviously, I love the places where food is a main event would be obviously India, Sri Lanka. I could go on.
Italy,
And
France,
Turkey. Turkey was
yes, Turkey
amazing
for sure.
as far as food is concerned. So yeah, so all of these places are just wherever it's a main event. I feel that it's like I guess different people are endowed in different ways. In the same way, different regions of the earth are endowed with a certain main event. I call it a main event. And I think, wherever you go, so you could go to Patagonia, and the main event there is the cliffs and the glaciers and all that, and hiking there. And I feel that if you went to say you went to Turkey, the main event there definitely is one of food, of the ancient architecture.
Right.
And so when that is a main event, then that becomes a theme for your travels. That almost kind of forms a frame. Just like when you're painting a picture, the picture can be all over the place, but when you put a frame on it, suddenly you've got something that looks like, wow, this is great. I get so much more out of it. So same thing.
Another thing is like cruising, for example. Like when I was on a Viking river cruise a couple of years ago, it really came to me how connected we are by rivers. Like the whole world, if you think about all the major cities, I mean, they're on big rivers. For trade. I mean, because that's how goods got in and out of the place. But I've been fascinated by rivers. And so I often go on a river cruise or even just go to the towns on rivers and just stand there and think about where they take people and how they've made that place. Well, in particular with textiles, that was one of the main things that moved along rivers was textiles and furs and so on. So, and also speaking of cruises, there's like themed cruises. Like if you love jazz, or you love, I don't know, like the 70s. There's always like a Beatles cruise or something. So it's almost first identifying your passion and then figuring out where's the themed cruise or themed travel event. So, I think that's
there's if you're following blogs by experts on a certain field in a certain theme, eventually you will come across something that they will mention that there's, say, textiles in Laos, like or there's textiles in Bali, this is what's happening, and that'll give you so many more ideas of how to structure your travels around a theme.
So connect with the universality of human nature, connect on those themes that make us united. I think that's what travel for me does anyway. It's and if you're doing it, why not do it along a theme of something that that brings out the best in you. So
I think so, yeah, and also just not just the best in you. I think when you can connect your passion for, say, whether it's food or it's travel or it's classical music or rivers or whatever it is, and you take that passion and you go to another country and you connect with somebody else who has a similar passion.
That's great.
I mean, that's when travel magic happens.
Yeah. That
is travel magic of a very special sort.
Well, you are a travel magician. Honestly, you have a fabulous site. I encourage people to go up to eyhotours.com. And good luck with all your travels this year. And thank you for sharing your insights and your passion for travel. It's wonderful.
Thank you, Margaret. Thank you for your encouragement.
Thank you, Sheila. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our 60andMe YouTube channel and also visit our website. We are a strong and dynamic community of women over 60. We're challenging aging stereotypes, and every day we share fascinating stories, interesting questions, and great conversation.